So now we're in the Gooding tent, and this is where Gooding will probably do the most volume in Monterey of all the auctions, and I'm going to say something like 75 million bucks, something like that. And this car in the center here deserves some comment. It's a Whittle Duesenberg, and George Whittle was the son of a really wealthy San Francisco family, and he had a house in Lake Tahoe and 17 miles worth of coastline. And he's also the guy that commissioned the Thunderbird, that exquisite stainless steel and mahogany 50-foot yacht that Bill Hara later bought and put two Allison aircraft engines in it. So this has an aluminum top that looks like a soft top, but actually isn't. And this is was the multi-million-dollar car, but it could be the finest of all the Duesenbergs. And if you made an argument for it being the finest American car, I think you could probably make a strong argument for for that. So wonderful car, and maybe it's 4 or 5, 6 million, something like that. Anyway, wonderful machine. He wound up giving it to his, I think, one of his mistresses, who traded it in on an MGTC or something like that. But, a great car. So where do you start?
Yesterday, and telling me how wonderful it was.
Duesenbergs.
Really charmed by this great car. Super original car.
Aston Martin
being offered
DB5.
without reserve, only 40,000 miles from new. 40 years dry static storage, single ownership until 2010. Lot number 8,
Aston
Porsche that
DB4,
Charlie's about to sell.
E-Type,
Fully serviced,
Bentley R-Type, Continental, Mercedes 300 SL. This is the same car as a Gullwing, but the Roadster version. Pierre Trudeau had one of these. It's a little 190 SL. This is an Aston Martin DB24. This is like the one I have, but earlier, with a slightly smaller 2.6 liter engine. We've got a Ferrari 250 short wheelbase, looking amazing in silver. That's a $3-4 million car. Pagoda Mercedes 280 SL, E-Type. Some little stuff. We got bronze Daytona MG, Ferrari 330 GTC. There's a wonderful Alpha Sprint Speciale over there. This is a Continental. It wasn't a Lincoln Continental, just a Continental, which was its own brand back then. They didn't make very many of those cars, and they were all handmade. Wonderful machines. They're only about 40 or 50 grand. A whole lot of car for the money. Really Rolls Royce. Mercedes 600. The grand old 60s Mercedes. Great car, but you don't want to restore one. Ferrari, what is that? That's a 512 Berlinetta Boxer LM for Le Mans. Early 911 soft window Targa. What do we got here?
You are 120 yard
Is that a Cord? Great Cord. Early 911. Daytona Spider. It's a Rod. That's a 365 GT BB. So that's the predecessor to the 512 Berlinetta Boxer. It's a 4.5 liter car, and you can tell because they have the 3 taillights and the 3 exhaust pipes. They're about a 20 or 30% premium over a DB4. 288 GTO.
I'm sure a lot of you like to buy this car.
That is
At the moment it's going away at 125.
looks like a Maserati, but maybe it isn't. Is it
$125,000 then for the first time?
Okay, so that's an Intermechanica. It's interesting. Intermechanica is a Canadian company that's still around today that makes 356s. Replicas. But back in the day, they commissioned Giugiaro and some other designers, I think maybe Vignale, to design some cars, and that's a glass fiber car with a 427 engine in it. So kind of a neat story, and it's got a Canadian angle to it. Intermechanica Indra, Porsche Speedster, so you can see the raked windscreen. Bentley, that's a 3.5 liter. This is a Briggs Cunningham's Alpha Giulietta Sprint Speciale, which he drove as a daily driver. These cars were like 50, 60 grand, and then one sort of busted out and got 140 grand at Amelia Island. And this one is incredibly original, and it's Briggs Cunningham's car, and it's only got 22,000 miles, and they're expecting over 180 grand for it. So we'll be watching this one really closely. And there's one being restored in Calgary right now, so I'm sure Jim's eyeing this up. An early Ferrari, probably a 166 or a 212. That's an early 50s coupe. This is a Lusso. No, it isn't. This is a 275 GTB. So they came in alloy or steel, 2 and 4 cams, torque tube, no torque tube, short and long nose. But anyway, any one of them is going to be close to $1 million, and it could be as much as. So this is a 275 GTB long nose. So it's a steel car, and it's a twin cam engine as opposed to a 4 cam. Ferrari, I think it's a pontoon Testarossa, Porsche 904, terrific cars. So this looks like a Mondial. This is a 4-cylinder Ferrari, it's a 500cc, I think. Oh, it's a 166 Spider Corsa, so no, I'm mistaken. That's a 12-cylinder car. The 166 is the displacement of each cylinder, so it's just a bit over 2 liters. It's an unrestored car. This is an Aston Martin DB24, like the other one, but it's a one-off body by Graber and restored by Kevin Kay. So this was on the lawn at Pebble Beach last year. And this is a Super America or a Super Fast. Can't really tell the difference. Super America, 1963. So the most powerful, the fastest, the most expensive Ferrari of the day. Just really for privileged. And let's go see what we have here. Some pre-war stuff. This is a Panhard, and these can command big money, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. The stork on the front of this that tells us it's a Hispano Suiza, and this is a Spanish-Swiss company, and they would have been in the same league as Rolls-Royce in the day pre-war, and it's a magnificent car, and this one has a magnificent history too. It was owned by the Aga Khan, I believe. Is that right? Well, I'm looking here. Well, maybe I'm wrong. There is one in the auction that was owned by the Aga Khan, and it's a terrific story. Early Ferrari, Maserati 3500 GT, great car. These are only about 100 and a quarter, 3.5 liter. They can be carb or fuel injected. Superleggera body, so that's the same as the Astons with the steel tubes and the alloy body. Great car and semi-affordable. You know, they look every bit to me as good as the period Ferraris. It's a bigger car and more luxurious and so on, but I really love this car. I'd like to own one day. There is one in Calgary being restored. Well, it's been being restored for 30 years, but maybe it'll get finished. This is a Seata. There's one in Calgary too, and the one in, there's a couple in Calgary. If it's a 208S, which this is. This had a Fiat 8V engine in it, 2-liter 8-cylinder engine. This is $1 million car. Wonderful machine. Kind of like a cut down, you know, Ferrari, basically. That's basically what it is. That is an Aston Martin DB4. What is that? It's not a DB4 GT Zagato. What is this? No, it's another Fiat 8V. It's just in the Aston color. So these two cars then have the same engine, and it's a Zagato body. I guess that's what confused me. So you can clearly see the double bubble, and that's a Zagato trademark. And this is close to $1 million too, if not over. And that's Aston Martin Racing Green. And so this is what is that? It's the Ferrari, the big one though, 410, something like that. Yeah, 410 Super America again. So like the biggest, fastest, and the most expensive Ferrari of the day. Wonderful car. Healy, it's a later one. It's you can tell by the hey Kulu, how's it going? Okay, so the Healy is this one is the vertical slats. The earlier ones had the horizontal slats. They felt that they tried to move it up market, and they found that vertical slats like a Rolls Royce, would be easier for buyers to accept as the price premium. So this gets that. I think this is what we call a BJ8. It is Mark III BJ8, which is the last of them. Roll-up windows, center shift, wood dash. These used to get up to about 100 grand, but lately the one at RM, I think only got about 60 or so. Giant old Rolls Royce. Ferrari, that's a 330 GTC. Yeah, they say this one is the best driving Ferrari. They say. And they made a roadster version of it as well. And disc brake, 5-speed, 4-liter V12, 300 honest horsepower, fast, reliable, comfortable, easy to live with. And I think that might be 3 or 4 grand. Early 911. What can you say about 911s? They're all wonderful. So that's a Bentley, Rolls Royce, silver Cloud drop head, rare car. They would have only made a few of those, and that's a maybe a $500,000 or $600,000 car. Giant Duesenberg, and what else have we got here? It's a Cunningham. That's interesting. So that's Cunningham is in Briggs Cunningham, and he would have made a few cars in the 50s. Hey guys, so this is kind of exciting. We're at Gooding right now, and we've got the Ferrari Testarossa. It's come out. As you can see, it's got $14.3 million. And as far as I know, no Ferrari has ever got more than about $10 or $11 million at auction. There's a GTO that sold for $25 million privately, and there's other cars like the GTOs, but at auction, I think this is a record. The room's filling up there, and everybody's kind of excited. And I think we have a telephone bidder for the car. And I'm not sure if we have somebody else in the room or not, but let's see what this goes to. Awful. $14.5 million. $14.5 million. And looking for
$14.5 million for the second time. The bid is with you, Fiona. At $14.5 million. Make no mistake, Jacob, this is the third and final call for the Testarossa at 14.6 I bid. 14.6 million. 14.7 now.
Back to Fiona.
At 14.6 million, Jacob, you have the buyer at 14.6 million. 14.7 at $14.9 million. I'm selling the car, Jacob, against you at $14.9 million. Are you happy, David?
Jacob, are you out?